The role of the Money Laundering Reporting Officer and including an 18-point MLRO checklist. The Money Laundering Reporting Officer, MLRO, is a critical role in any organization that is subject to anti-money laundering, AML, regulations. The MLRO is responsible for overseeing the implementation of AML policies and procedures, investigating suspicious activity reports, SARs, and ensuring that all AML-related matters are handled in a timely and compliant manner. The MLRO must have a strong understanding of AML laws and regulations, as well as the ability to identify and investigate suspicious activity. They must also be able to communicate effectively with both internal and external stakeholders. If you're passionate about offering or receiving the best advice, hit subscribe and become a part of our informed community. The MLRO's responsibilities include developing and implementing AML policies and procedures. The MLRO is responsible for developing and implementing AML policies and procedures that are aligned with the organization's risk profile and regulatory requirements. These policies and procedures should be designed to prevent money laundering and to detect and report suspicious activity. Investigating suspicious activity reports, SARs. The MLRO is responsible for investigating SARs that are filed by the organization's employees. These investigations should be conducted in a timely and thorough manner, and they should be designed to determine whether the SARs indicate potential money laundering activity. Monitoring the performance of AML systems and controls. The MLRO is responsible for monitoring the performance of the organization's AML systems and controls. This includes reviewing reports on suspicious activity, conducting audits, and making recommendations for improvements. Maintaining relationships with law enforcement and regulatory authorities. The MLRO is responsible for maintaining relationships with law enforcement and regulatory authorities, primarily the National Crime Agency in the UK. This includes providing information to these authorities as needed and coordinating with them on investigations. Educating staff on AML matters. The MLRO is responsible for educating the organization's staff on AML matters. This includes providing training on AML laws and regulations, and on how to identify and report suspicious activity. The MLRO plays a critical role in protecting organizations from AML compliance risks. By fulfilling their responsibilities, the MLRO can help to ensure that the organization is in compliance with AML laws and regulations, and that it is taking steps to prevent money laundering. Don't forget, if you want to see some of the other material on our channel, from reg data reporting requirements to inherent vs residual risk, suitability file checks for financial advisors to FCA authorizations, please check out our page listed at the top of the text below. The challenges of being an MLRO. The MLRO role is challenging for a number of reasons. First, AML regulations are constantly evolving, so the MLRO must stay up to date on the latest changes. Second, the MLRO must be able to identify and investigate suspicious activity, which can be difficult and time-consuming. Third, the MLRO must be able to communicate effectively with both internal and external stakeholders, which can be challenging in a complex and fast-paced environment. Despite the challenges, the MLRO role is an important and rewarding one. By fulfilling their responsibilities, the MLRO can help to protect organizations from AML compliance risks and make a positive contribution to the fight against money laundering. Here are some additional challenges faced by MLROs. The ever-evolving nature of AML threats. Money laundering criminals are constantly developing new ways to launder money, which makes it challenging for MLROs to stay ahead of the curve. The need to stay up to date on the latest regulations. AML regulations are constantly changing, so MLROs must stay up to date on the latest changes in order to ensure that their organizations are in compliance. The lack of resources. Many organizations do not have the resources to dedicate to AML compliance, which can make it difficult for MLROs to do their jobs effectively. The lack of cooperation from staff. Some staff members may be reluctant to report suspicious activity, which can make it difficult for MLROs to identify and investigate money laundering. Despite these challenges, the MLRO role is an important one. By fulfilling their responsibilities, the MLO can help to protect organizations from AML compliance risks and make a positive contribution to the fight against money laundering. This is just one of the many videos we have made for UK financial services. If you found it useful, please find time to like and subscribe.
The MLO checklist is available as a PDF. Please follow the instructions in the description below to obtain your copy. MLO checklist. Benchmark and evaluate existing anti-money laundering procedures using our MLO checklist. Create a gap analysis on a self-assessment basis or devise specifications for your new MLO role, in accordance with the requirements and guidance from the FCA and the Joint Money Laundering Steering Group. 1. Execute the designated role of an approved person, fulfilling the SMF 17 function to deter money laundering. 2. Maintain and develop the company's anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing protocols, aligning with dynamic legislative and regulatory mandates. 3. Facilitate a centralized managerial focus on potential money laundering threats within specific business sectors. 4. Direct and assist management in fostering and sustaining a potent culture of compliance regarding anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing. 5. Ensure the validity of a comprehensive suite of documentation concerning the company's risk management policies, processes, and risk assessment profiles. 6. Establish, train, and maintain appropriate risk-based strategy regarding money laundering, encompassing client, product, and service risk assessments. 7. Implement risk-centered monitoring mechanisms that match the firm's operational scale and intricacy to relevant industry guidance. 8. Test and develop internal protocols reflecting legislative mandates and pertinent industry guidance. 9. Record the organization's risk-centric strategies and delineate the methodology for risk assessment and monitoring initiatives. 10. Promptly investigate all internal alerts concerning suspicious activities. 11. Submit robust and accurate suspicious activity reports, SARs, to the National Crime Agency, NCA, where appropriate and without hesitation. 12. Foster staff understanding of personal responsibilities as well as firms' policies, promoting adherence to the risk-based approach. 13. Conduct periodic assessments of the efficacy of compliance protocols in thwarting money laundering and terrorist financing. 14. Facilitate comprehensive training for relevant staff in preventing money laundering and terrorist financing, ensuring accurate training standards and meticulous record-keeping are adhered to as stated in the money laundering regulations. 15. Provide swift responses to any and all valid information requests from regulators, National Crime Agency or the courts. 16. Ensure accurate and pertinent management information is provided to the executive team, inclusive of an annual compliance report to the senior executives. 17. Propose corrective measures to amend any observed shortcomings in policies, systems, or controls and pursue the realization of these proposals. 18. Act as the firm's representative in engagements with external bodies such as regulatory or law enforcement agencies regarding anti-money laundering inquiries or compliance of the money laundering regulations. Bonus point. Maintain vigilance on official sanctions or advisory notifications and disseminate essential information to leadership and relevant personnel when necessary. If you need further assistance in any area of regulatory compliance in the UK, call Compliance Consultant, UK telephone 0800 689 0190, UK, or international telephone +44 20 709 71434. Or click the link at the top of the text below.